All right. Hey guys. Welcome to the second iteration of the Eradication games. Here we have this event. Just before we start, is obviously hosted and produced and observed by Keen. So huge shout out to him for making this happen. Today I'm going to be live casting this event with Queen. So I'm really excited about that. I know we've been wanting to get on a cast together for a while and haven't managed it. So very excited to make that happen here today. This event, if you didn't tune into the previous iteration, it is a KCM style format. So it is Race Wars. Basically, we have 3 teams, one for each StarCraft race, and each team has a tier 3, a tier 2, and a tier 1 player on it. Mixed CPL teams, and they're going to be playing best of 1 elimination format. And basically, it goes around back and forth between the races until every player is eliminated and there's only one left standing who will win the event for their race.
Okay, and so I'm Queen, and the race war lineups we have today for protests, we have Zergling, a tier 3, Boats Bear, tier 2, and Fuji, tier 1. For Terran, we have Danet for tier 3, and Thesis for tier 2, and Kiko for tier 1. For Zerg, we have Quakeclong for tier 3, and Oog Nasty for tier 2, and Return for tier 1. And we just want to give a shout out to PSL and STPL. So go support their stream as well.
All right. And if you guys enjoy this cast today, I just want to let you guys know about what is coming up on CPL this week. Of course, you can always check out the Google Calendar that I keep updated. It is pinned to the general chat in CPL. And if you ask really nicely, someone might link it for you in chat. Basically, that has all of the official planned in advance events on that calendar, and it should include descriptions and links to the Twitch channel, as well as kind of a list of the personnel involved in putting on the event. This week we have an Apocalypse show match tomorrow, and it's going to be between Dragoon and George. So that's going to be a really fun PVZ. So, and that is at I believe 8:30 p.m. EDT. So a little bit late for the Europeans. You might have to catch the VOD. So 8:30 p.m. EDT, Apocalypse show match tomorrow. And then on Wednesday, we actually have, this isn't on the calendar yet, but we have another masterclass event with models. So that's Soul Models. He was in BSL 9, I think the first round of Pro League before he got eliminated. So very great Protoss player from North America, and he's going to be holding that masterclass at 2 p.m. EDT. So be sure to tune in for that. That's going to be a great time for you guys to learn some Protoss. We also have 2 casts coming up on Thursday. We have another Apocalypse show match between Art of Turtle and Ben Elton, both from Clan Ash. So it's going to be a little bit of an in-clan war here, even though we have them both on different CPL teams. So another PVZ. That should be lots of fun. That's going to be at 2 p.m. EDT as well. And then we also have, of course, the match of the week with Sat Zero on Thursdays at 6 p.m. EDT on the Coach Pupil League Twitch account. So be sure to tune in to all of these events this week. I think they're all going to be a lot of fun. And go ahead and keep posted on the calendar to keep tabs on what's going on for CPL. If you guys want to get involved and help CPL, there's a couple things you can do. We do have a Ko-fi. I think it's linked in the Discord. If you guys want to donate to CPL, all of that money is going straight back into helping us build a website and hopefully helping us get an advertisement out for the league before next season so we can get some more new players in here. And as always, just participating and playing your games and watching the streams. It's always great to see everyone out supporting the league. So thank you guys so much, and I hope you enjoy the cast today.
Okay, so let's hop into our games. It is going to be a PVZ.
Yeah, so today we're going to start with the Zerg and Terran, just kind of the same as we did last time. And our first map is Match Point. So, of course, we field the tier 3 players first. So we have, I think, Denant up against QuakeCom. QuakeCom, of course, recently switched to Zerg. She was a Protoss player before.
I heard about that. I'm excited to see her play Zerg, actually. I heard she was really good.
Yeah, I think she's doing really well. I guess she played Zerg in StarCraft 2.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, so she played Protoss for a little while, and then she was like missing kind of the playstyle a little bit, and she started playing Zerg and really is enjoying the playstyle so far. So it sounds like she's going to stick with Zerg, which is kind of
Okay.
exciting.
Yeah.
She's won all of her CPL games so far as Zerg, so
That's
obviously it's
insane.
working well for her. Right.
I
Alrighty.
have not seen Janet play before. So I
Huh?
don't know his play style. I haven't
Denant?
seen him play before.
Yeah. I think he's gonna go. I feel like he plays SK turn, but I haven't
Oh,
played him
okay.
in a long time. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and hop into game number 1. And we do have Denant, our 2-3 Terran player in the purple in the bottom left. And QuakeCom, our orange third player in the top right. On match point. First map is match point. I guess that's kind of true because it's best of 1, huh?
Yeah. What do you think of this map?
Sorry?
What do you think of this map?
I don't know. I don't really like it, to be honest. I'm not a match point fan. It's just like there's not really a great third base for Zerg. I feel like you kind of have to 2-hatch
Mhm.
on this map. Because you can't defend a third base with just lurkers, because the third gas base actually has 2 ramps, and you can take like 12 or 6, but it's all low ground, and there's like no, I mean, there's not very much surface area, I guess, which is kind of an advantage, but there's definitely no easy fourth base to take if you take that as a third. So I feel like it's just tricky for Zerg overall in this matchup. But I mean, we might also just see Terran go mech. So we'll see.
Yeah.
I definitely play a lot of mech when I play against Terran on this map, I feel like. But of course, how do you feel about this map as a Terran player?
I think this map is okay. Because like I don't really play too many different maps. I don't like any of these new maps at all. But I mean, so far it's not too bad because I think the third isn't too hard to defend as a turn because you can just move your army up or down and just
Right.
siege your tanks and stuff there. So I definitely think it is a turn map.
Right. Yeah. I think like 2-player maps in general tend to be a little bit more difficult for Zerg unless you want to play really aggressively.
Mm-hmm.
But this one in specifically, like I feel like there are some 2-player maps that are actually pretty fine for Zerg. Like in this matchup specifically, but I feel like this isn't one of them. I feel like this one's hard. It's just a hard Zerg map overall. So we'll see what QuakeCom decides to do here. She is going to be going for a 2-hatch replay. I suspect it will be 2-hatch Muta. We have had Crossy teach us all how to 2-hatch Muta recently, so I think that everyone has kind of been practicing that a little bit, so it doesn't surprise me to see her pulling it out here.
Well, so 2-hatch Muta is basically like the new mech for Terran.
Yeah. And I mean, probably her best bet here is actually extensive Muta harassment because, I mean, to be fair, the main's pretty big.
Mm-hmm.
And I think there's like a nice ridge over the natural where you can kind of get in the way with your mutas. And Denant specifically, he put his barracks in the main instead of, I think you can do this thing where you like line it up along the side in the natural, like you, right? Which is like a lot more protected and you don't have to build as many turrets. But he's kind of got them in here, so he will have like the 3 spots to protect against the muta harassment. So we'll see how he does.
Yeah, I'm not really an SK person, so I don't know how well. I still like to use Marines versus like mutants or Luckers.
Yeah, yeah. It looks like I think Quaycom supply blocked herself for a bit at 18, so that's
Mhm.
definitely difficult with a build like this. We do see her build 4 links. She's gonna want to build um, a little bit more than that, probably up to 6 or 8 speedlings to be safe against whatever Terran's doing, which should be T-Rex Academy. Of course, both these players, like, you see they both float a little bit of money at times, but they're both doing real builds. So definitely, I feel personally like both of these players have a lot of potential. And
Mhm.
Keen just pointed out it's actually not 2-hatch Muta, it's 2-hatch Lurker. I didn't look at the building when he clicked on it earlier, so.
Oh, okay.
But it's not a super all-in 2-hatch Lurker because she built a lot of drones. You can actually do a 2-hatch Lurker build off of a lot less drones than this. Um, off of like 9, 10, like 13 drones, basically. That's like the most all-in 2-hatch Lurker. But she's got saturation at her natural too, so she might be planning on going into like 2-base defiler or something. I'm not sure. How do you feel about 2-hatch Lurker?
Um, I don't mind it so much. But versing like bio, it just too hard to deal with it. Especially because you can like stop the with like zap them down.
But look at this, Danon just gonna actually just bot this bio right away. Definitely has enough units to completely clean this up. This is definitely unfortunate here for Quaycom. She didn't have her units in the right position. You actually want to have the Hydras go around the bio so that you can um, attack like behind their back as they leave their base. Because
Mhm.
Danon didn't actually build a bunker at all, so he would have been in trouble in that case. All right, we do have the Marines coming in, and we're gonna have a Ling defense, but of course, Sim Marines difficult to hold. And this Lurker, I think Terran's got this.
I think the flippers should get out in time though.
Sorry?
The flippers should come out in time. Oh no, he has can. Okay. Wow. That's a good game.
Yeah, GG. So it turns out Tasagi. Um, but yeah, just a little bit mistake on Zerg's part. Didn't hide those lurkers very well. Maybe does not super familiar with the pathing on the map. I feel
Uh-huh.
like that's one thing that you really have to be familiar with if you are going to plan on doing 2-hatch lurker is like where to send your units. Because if you send them on the same path that Terran's going to be sending their bio, then you can have that situation where you don't actually get to morph your lurkers and you have to be pushed into a defensive action instead of offensive action, which is the point of 2-hatch lurker.
I think that if you marked his levers like a little bit further back, he could have definitely saved his base. Don't you think so?
Yeah, I think she probably could have saved her base. The thing is like basically you want she didn't build very many speedlings.
Uh-huh.
Um,
Oh, okay, that's
so
right.
it's like yeah, yeah, it's helpful to build a lot of speedling because she built a lot of drones. You saw she had a lot of money.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
so if you like build less drones and build more speedlings, and then kind of I think her lair and her lurker aspect were a little bit late as well. You
Oh,
should
okay.
be able to like run in with your lurkers and your lings just as Terran leaves their base with 2X Academy.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can it's just basically a backstab, and then they can't get back in their base to save their base because you've got lurkers in the way. Um,
Right.
and then basically the goal after that is to just get on top of their production. Or if you built a couple more drones and you're hoping to go into a like 2-base defiler or something,
Mhm.
then your goal is basically to just like maybe wreck their natural a little bit and then get some SCVs and contain them until you're able to get your defiler out.
So I'm curious about something. Like, if Zerg had went around and attacked his base from there, like, and Terran was at Zerg's base, wouldn't Zerg like retreat anyways to save his base, or would he just keep at Terran?
I think she should have put down like 3 Sunkens.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. If you're doing a really all-in version, I think you usually morph a 4th lurker at home.
Mm-hmm.
So you have like 3 lurkers that are offensive and a bunch of links, and then you morph a 4th lurker at home with like 1 sunk. But if you're doing like a macro version with more drones, then you should have the extra minerals to just throw down like 2 sunks and then have links, and that should be able to defend it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
All right. Our tier 3 Protoss player is going to be Surgling. And our next map is going to be Towcross. I've heard good things about Surgling, so I'm actually expecting him to take this game.
I'm expecting him to take the game because he's Protoss.
All right, so we do have our Terran player on the upper left-hand side of the map, and we have our Protoss player Surgling in the bottom right. That Terran player is the Not, by the way. Seems to really like the purple color. All right, how do you feel about Towcross? I don't know very much about this matchup, so I'm going to have to rely on your talents here.
I don't. Towcross is actually okay, but I feel like it's big. For me, I feel like it's kind of similar to Sulfur.
Okay.
Yeah, but I feel like it's like so much bigger, and I prefer Sulfur over Towcross. I don't even really play Towcross, but I think I played like twice on it maybe.
Yeah, I've had to play a couple CPL games on it, and I've got to say I'm not a super fan. Like you said, it's kind of, I guess, maybe the same shape as Sylphid, but because it's 3th player, but it doesn't
Yeah.
have the high ground bases, right? Keen making comments about the map, but he didn't want to come on voice, so we have a peanut gallery.
Because Derek and Supply going to get those two lots.
Sorry,
If he
what?
gets two lots first, 10.
He's making a SimCity because if he goes Zealot first.
But I think he's gonna. I don't know. I don't know if Devin is a good or Zulot person.
Right. Yeah, I don't know either what he prefers to do, so I guess we'll have to see. Danant, by the way, I think he's improved a lot since I first started seeing him play. He was in RSL. You guys know RSL, in the winter season that happened last year in like November, December. He played in that. I think he got eliminated pretty early. But he seems to be practicing and working on builds. And he's definitely like, I think the first time I played him, he had like 50 APM and didn't know what a hotkey was. So he's come a long way. And he seems to have quite a bit of potential. So I was excited to see him take that game off of QuakeCom. Even though she made some mistakes, I feel like that's a good step for him.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, like I just learned hotkey like 4 days ago.
Oh right, yeah, we were talking about that last night. Where you're like, yes, I don't know what a hotkey is, and I was like, what?
Yeah, I did not hotkey like buildings or anything, so I'm like learning that right now.
Yeah. Why hotkey buildings when you can scroll?
Exactly.
Hey, Queen, how do you jump to a unit?
I scroll like shit.
Yeah, guys, she didn't know that you can double tap on a hotkey to get to a unit. So, you know.
Right, I'm using it now, so
I just don't understand how you ever played before that.
I scrolled. Literally.
I scrolled. Yeah, just tearing things. You don't have to hop around the screen because you have like your base and your army, and that's it. Those are the only places you have to go.
That's not true because it did not work well for me. That's why I keep losing.
All right, looks like we do have a 2-fact build coming out of Denant. And from what I can see, Protoss didn't expand. So he's doing a 1-base play.
Yeah,
I
I
guess he
think
might be going, he's probably going like 28 next. I'm not sure exactly how that pairs up with 2-fact.
the 2-fact should be really good versus this.
Okay.
Actually. Yeah.
Oh, and we do see Sergling is actually going to proxy 3 gateways. So interesting choice. I don't know if I have no idea how this matches up. I honestly just don't know a lot about this matchup in general. I did ask I'm gonna get Tim to teach me some basics of PvT so that when I cast I don't have to be just like, So they're not expanding. That means they're building units, right?
Well, honestly, Protoss and versus Terran, there's not much to know. Protoss probably win.
Man. I mean, I do think like Sergling, he's been doing really well in CPL in general, so I feel like he probably is favored here. But we'll see how this micro goes. Of course, lots of Marines get it in the way of the Dragoons, but Sergling just proxy 3 gateways and never expanded, so he has a lot of units here. So we'll see what he's able to do. I think if Denant can just take out these gateways, he'll be in a pretty good position, considering the fact that Sergling actually never expanded. And you see he's got mines on his vulture, so he's able to kind of lay mines outside the gateway, which is very useful for turn. And now he can just take out these gateways, and of course Protoss doesn't have an expansion. So I don't know, he's also floating a lot of money, so I'm not sure about his build.
Right, yeah, his macro is well, I think he's paying attention more to like the attack.
Right.
Yeah.
Alright, looks like he is going to take out the pylon. I think probably, the solution here is to move across the map now, because Sergling is now sitting on only 1 gateway. And he's getting a robotics facility, but he has like no units at home, so Terran should be able to just bust down his front entrance, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Like, he doesn't have anything to deal with 3 tanks. How are you supposed to deal with 3 tanks when you have 1 gateway and no units? All he has is
build delots and pray they come out quick.
But there's a vulture. Vultures can kill infinite zealots, right?
Yeah, they can, but I mean, he's gonna need like a couple goons with it. But I think this is game right here. Yeah,
Yeah, I was expecting Zergling to take this, but nice game here from Denant, kind of scouting out the little bit of a cheese. And just like that, our tier 3 Terran player is going to take out both of the tier 3 opponents, and I guess we're going to go back and play the tier 2 Zerg player now.
I feel like there's only one way to ever really beat a Protoss as a Terran, and that is going back.
Just build units and kill them. Yeah.
Right, out of 2 facts and a barrack.
Yeah. All right. I can't remember who our tier 2 Zerg is actually. To go look at the list.
It's gonna be nasty.
Ooh, Ugnas. Okay. He's pretty good. I think he's a very aggressive player. And I expect he'll probably 2-hatch Muta.
Yeah, I would definitely agree. I remember I practiced with times actually, but I go back, he had to do other stuff.
All right, guys, we're back. Sorry for the technical difficulties as Discord just kind of like booted us all out of the call. And then we tried to figure it out on BattleNet, but Discord calls back. So we're going to do this and hopefully it works okay. We had, just to update you guys if you didn't catch the beginning of the stream, we had all of our tier 3 players have played their tier 3 matches so far, and we had Denant, our Terran player, take out both QuakeCom and Sirgleen. So Denant is from Passion Daddies, and now he's up against Ugnas TY, who is a Zerg player from his team.
Also from Passion Daddy, yeah.
Yeah, from his team. But this is gonna be tier 3 Terran against tier 2 Zerg. So I think Ugnas is favored here because he's quite a strong tier 2 Zerg, as far as I know. But I guess we'll see what happens. And the map's gonna be Overwatch. I like Overwatch. I think it's a great map. It's blue. I like blue. I'm a fan of blue maps.
I like Whiteout just because it has like the snow and like the Christmas tree look.
Oh, you like Whiteout? Yeah, I mean that's fair. Whiteout's definitely a very picturesque map. Looks like we're just kind of waiting for both players to be in the chat for the moment, so I guess we will keep filling time as casters are wont to do. How are you today, Queen?
I mean, I'm good. I stayed up super late last night, so
yeah, I remember that. I like texted you and it was like pretty late for me, and then you answered me and I was like, what? Why are you awake? Hey guys, so we got dropped from Discord call again, but I think that we're ready now. We're on Battle.net now, so screw Discord. Um, obviously not working for us today. They're having issues with calls, so we're gonna just do this over Battle.net. We have me and Queen are in the game, so hopefully this works okay. And we're gonna go ahead and jump into the game on Overwatch. And we do have Ugnis TY in the upper left, and our Terran player Denant, who took out both of the tier 3 players of other races in the bottom right.
Yeah, a lot of people didn't know that there was voice chat on VNet, huh?
I definitely did not. This is news to me. So, I had no idea. All right, I'm just gonna try and get my game sound is like really loud for some reason, so I had trouble hearing you. All right. All right, this seems okay. All right. So, as I was saying before we got dropped from Discord call like 4 times, Ugnis TY is a very aggressive Zerg player. I know he likes all-ins in ZVP, and I know he likes 2-hatch Muta in ZVT. So I'm expecting to see that out of him here on this map. I think that this map, as far as, like, we were talking a little bit about ZVT on Matchpoint, I think that Overwatch is actually a 2-player map that's pretty fine for Zerg. Kind of no matter what Terran does, because it's kind of big, the rush distance is long, and there's lots of places in the middle of the map where you can micro Mutalisks. As well as I feel like the third base is pretty easy to defend as Zerg. So I feel like this is, a 2-player map, so you think, oh yeah, it's not so good for Zerg, but I feel like this one actually is okay for Zerg. So I definitely think that our Zerg player here is favored, which of course isn't an unusual case in ZVT, but there you have it.
I like that you can wall and snap here at the net and in the front as well.
All right, looks like we have our stream issue fixed as well, so that's good. Keen just trying to kind of stream us on what was it, 6,000 bitrate. So I don't know why I was doing that, but we'll be patient for him. It's his first time.
Walls do save lives. I tell everyone that all the time.
You tell everyone what?
The walls save lives.
Yeah.
There's so many times that say Zero, Brown.
Yeah.
He likes to do like freaking like 2-gate zealot rushes and stuff. And I always wall, and he can never get through. He always gets so mad.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, Terran walls are pretty broken. So you're definitely right. Like, I see a lot of Terran players wall on Overwatch, and I definitely think it's a good decision. Probably, like I said, I don't know very much about PvP, but ZVT, I feel like that just like it shuts down 9-pool really well.
Yeah,
so, and a lot of Zergs like doing that. Especially at lower levels. So I feel like it's a good choice. But Danon, of course, tier 3 player. Looks like he just basically, I think, does the same build on any map. And I feel like that's actually really admirable for a tier 3 player. To just make that build, whatever your build is, just make it work on whatever map. Because at that kind of lower MMR range, it doesn't matter so much because your opponents aren't going to. You should be able to just out macro them, no matter what strategy you do on whatever map it is, right? So I feel like that's definitely smart on his part, and not having to keep a lot of different builds in his head.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely do that too. I stick to what I know as well. because I think that's like a lot better. It helps you like you said with your macro.
Yeah, I agree. Like, I mean, everyone's been talking about that. Did you watch that Master Ray video?
No, I didn't get to watch it yet. I was going to.
Yeah, I haven't watched it yet either, but I feel like I should because everyone keeps talking about it. It sounds like it's pretty funny too.
Yeah.
Even though I'm not a Protoss player. But I mean, that's basically the whole point of it, right? Is he's just like, um, you should just always build units first before you do anything else because that can be what helps you the most, and it will develop really good habits for you later on. Ugnas, by the way, a little bit slow to mine from his second gas. He also has too many drones in his main. He has actually 12 drones on minerals in his main, and he only ever built 2 lings. So maybe quite greedy on his part. You probably want like 6 or 8 speedlings. Otherwise, Terran can't do the stupid little marine run out here because you can just kill them for that. So I think
Okay.
playing very greedy here, not getting any Zerglings at all. But we should see his Spire just finish, so he should be getting 6 mutas and probably an upgrade on his Spire. And we see he goes ahead and puts down that third hatchery. He did choose to take the 12 o'clock location for a third. I personally like taking the upper right because it only has 1 ramp. And you can defend it easily with lurkers. But of course, this base is a little bit closer. So that's helpful too. Closer to you, not closer to Terran. And we see Denant deciding not to move out. He's going to need to put up turrets ASAP because the Mutalisks are hatching. Not sure why we just have no turrets from Terran right now. Oh, we're starting. I think they're a little bit late.
Yeah. He's probably gonna do a lot of damage with these mutas. If he picks off the SCP.
Yeah, we see him just kind of targeting the bio. Of course, only 5 mutas so far. And the turret by the barracks is going to go ahead and finish. He's probably going to want more turrets than this, but Zerg doesn't have a lot of lings, so it's hard to stop this move out with this Mutalisks. We do see that Terran is going to continue to produce from barracks. So, nice play by Terran, but Zerg's actually going to get the whole army here. So now Terran has no units and not very many turrets, so I feel like they're not in trouble here. Some nice micro coming in for a third player. And he should be really safe, feeling really safe getting up his third base and his third gas here. How do you feel about this return?
I don't know, because I don't go bio really, so I'm not even sure, like, I just do not favor marines at all.
Yeah, I mean, he can basically, like, he only has 1 medic. So he doesn't really have enough, I actually don't think he's targeting Mutalisks either because he hasn't been able to kill basically any. And we do see that Ugnas is going to double up on the mutas and then go straight into Queen's Nest. So we're probably going to see, if Denant survives, a version of like either 2-hatch Crazy Zerg or Guardian. And I feel like from the amount of Mutalisks that he's making, it might be Guardians that he's planning to go into as a follow-up here. A little late on the hype start by Zerg. We see, okay, yeah, there we go. Hype's gonna go ahead and start. Terran very low on looking to try and get out of Science Vessel, but he just doesn't have any turrets in his main, so he can't really stop this.
Yeah.
And I think this is like pretty close to GG from our turn.
Yeah, I would agree. He's like running really well on money and everything too, and he's going vile, so like that I don't think that should happen.
Yeah, I mean you just really need a critical mass of Marines to fight Mutalisks.
Right.
Yeah, you can't just like you can't be this low on units. It's very hard for Terran. You just like need your units and to fight this. And we do see that Zerg has that plus 1 in this case with this really aggro play. I mean, I think his plan was to go for a Guardian follow-up.
Yeah, I think this is a good game here.
But Terran's pretty dead at this point. I mean, he can just basically A-move that group of bio with the amount of Mutalisks that he has. He's gonna go ahead and try and put on some pressure so he can take the Mutalisks out of his main.
Yeah, because like what is it? Zerg had his Zerg was able to keep Terran at his base for so long, you know? I think Terran could go out and do any damage.
Yeah, for sure. It's like he didn't take his opportunity to move out with his Direct Academy.
Yeah.
And then he just didn't have turrets up in time to defend at home. So Zerg was able to get in and get a lot of damage. And then he just like wasn't able to protect his barracks. And he only went up to 3 racks production. I think you can actually go up to 4 racks production and get a lot of M&M against this 2 racks style and then do a tank push. I think that is actually what has been popular lately that I see a lot in TVZ. Because then you just have a lot of units. It's like intensive for Zerg to go use that. I mean, this is the end. There's just so many mutants. Ugnas he's got his greatest power down now. He's got a lot of gas banked, so he can make a lot of Guardians.
Yeah, he's not even making Marines anymore. So.
Yeah, he's just making them.
Or SPVs at his main.
Yeah, Terran's basically on 1 base. He has no way of.
Yeah, and Guardians are coming as well, so.
Yeah, for sure. Zerg's been on 3 gases for a long time, completely unpunished. He's got 2 stunts that he's basically pretty much safe from anything that could come out. Not that there is anything that could come out. Terran has basically no units right now. So I think we should be seeing GG any second from our Terran player here. But nice game from Denant. He executed his build pretty well. I think he just made he was a little bit late on his turrets, unfortunately, and didn't build quite enough. So a little bit of a mistake there from him. He's going to try and build 1 gut Valkyrie, but you actually need like quite a few vaults to compete with mutas, especially these mutas have a +1 character upgrade. Yeah, so GG is called. And our Zerg player is going to go ahead and take this game. Let's see how many players our Zerg can knock out. And I guess we'll see what our next map is as well.
He's versing Protoss, right? So it would be Butzelbear.
Oh, Butzelbear, yeah. Butzelbear, I've heard very good things about consistently. I think he's improved a lot over the season of CPL. He actually started in tier 3, and I think he's like quite a high tier 2 player now. So I'm actually excited for this match because I feel like this is going to be a really good CVP.
Yeah, I remember both Spare starting at tier 3 too, and he was like just too good. He had to move him up.
Yeah, we had him, and he was like upper tier 3, and then like by the time the actual season started, he was definitely tier 2 level.
Yeah. But that's kind of like with most Protoss players, though, right?
Yeah. But I don't know. I'm excited to. Oh, it looks like the next map's going to be Fighting Spirit. So nice standard map for a RZVP.
My favorite map.
Your favorite map. Well, Fighting Spirit is a Terran map, so not surprising. All right, and with that, looks like we're gonna go ahead and jump into our next map. Ugnas, by the way, from Team Passion Daddies, and Butzelbear from Team Socialized Healthcare. Queen, why don't you do the honors of introducing the players?
Okay, so on the top left, we have Spare, the Protoss player, tier 2. And the bottom left, we have Ugnasty, the purple Zerg, who's also tier 2 for Passion Daddy.
All right, this is gonna be fun. I love ZVP. It's just a good matchup. I feel like we're gonna see Ugnas 973. I'm just gonna call it right now. I feel like that's what he's gonna do.
Isn't that like the thing for Zerg 973 versus Protoss?
I mean, it's definitely an all-in that's possible. I feel personally like it's a pretty hard build to execute, especially if you want to try and transition. But it's definitely an option, and I feel like I mean, you can go all in. Keen's like talking to us in the chat. You can either go on all in, or if you transition. I'm saying if you transition, it seems difficult to me. But of course, a lot of Protoss players don't really know how to play against it. So that can be one advantage of pulling that build out, is because even if you don't really know what you're doing, sometimes Protoss just knows what they're doing even less. So it's good. But we'll see what he decides to do here. So we're just gonna go for a standard overpool opening and Butzelbear for a Forge Fast Expand. Nothing strange here as of yet.
I feel like ZVP is a much more even matchup than like ZVT or PVT, because ZVP, they both have like their OP magic stuff, like like Protoss have like storms and arbs and stuff, and Zerg has like their defiers and what else, queens.
Yeah, it's kind of like this is kind of the weird thing about like ZVP being like Protoss favored in CPL, whereas like you would expect it to be Zerg favored. It's like the early game's difficult for Protoss because Zerg has the initiative, and if you don't scout what Zerg's doing, you can die really easily. But the like macro portion of the game, like defending the mid game, the 2-0 push from Protoss, the 2-0 push from Protoss is like really strong. So that can be very difficult for Zerg to deal with, because Protoss units, if you don't micro well against them, they're very strong. So it can be yeah, it definitely has like a back and forth quality to it at a CPL level for sure, where it's like I feel like there's a definite advantage for Protoss in mid game, and like a definite advantage for Zerg in early game, and then like late game, it kind of depends how the rest of it goes, to be honest, and how good like I feel like Zerg at a CPL level is pretty favored late game, unless Protoss really knows how to transition into their hive tech,
Mm-hmm.
or their like anti-hive tech. So if Protoss is good with like Reavers and Archons, it can still be very good for them, and if they defend their bases properly. But a lot of Protoss players at this level don't manage to do that, and then once Zerg's on like 4 bases or 5 bases, and they can just build like infinite crack lanes because they have so many hatcheries, it gets a little bit tricky if you don't have the right tech units out to deal with it.
Yeah, I mean, I just hear a lot of Protoss players complain about Zerg being too OP.
Right. All right, so as I was saying, we do have a 973 coming out of Ugnas here. Or I guess
So
we
why
don't
do
know
they
that
call
it's
this the
973.
973?
Because you have 9 drones in your main on minerals, and then you get 7 drones in your natural on minerals, and then you get 3 at your third. So
Okay.
the way this works is it's like a little bit extra drones on minerals to sustain the hydro production from 3 hatcheries. So it gives you the backup economy to buy more hatcheries as you're building hydralisks. Is essentially
Okay.
yeah. But Butzelberry does have his probe in here. He can't get into the main, but if he starts to see hydras hatching, and he is sending zealots across the map, I really like this move actually. Not being able to get into the main, because this is at least going to force Zerg to build more lings. And he's actually gonna see the speed hydras with these zealots, I think. Because yeah, he's gonna see them right now. So we'll see how fast he reacts. He's gonna have to pull a probe and build cannons. So no cannons yet. Oh, here they come. All right, he probably wants about 4 cannons against this, so he's gonna go ahead and throw down those cannons. One of them is in the back, so that's good. Because you see if Protoss builds the cannons close to the wall, then it is difficult because speed hydras, even if they don't have range, can still reach them. But we'll see what the transition is, or if there is going to be a transition. I think Protoss never built a Corsair, so this can be difficult because he's not going to be able to scout whether Zerg is going all in or if he's going to do a like 9734. Well, it looks like Zerg's just going to go straight into lair. Butzelbear really spending his money well, though. Actually, I see, like, he's got his cannons down. He's got 5 cannons. Zerg's going to try and get +1. He hasn't remade his fourth, which can be a problem. Oh, he's proxy hatching. This is, like, super all-in for Zerg.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah, I actually don't know why he's getting lair if he's going to do a proxy hatch. I told you this guy was aggressive, okay? Alright. But lots of cannons here from Butzelbear. So if he is able to defend this and not die, then he will be in a good spot. The lair is finished. We're getting a second gas, and I don't see a spire. So I'm guessing this is probably going to be for a lurker upgrade. So maybe he'll do some kind of like sunk lurker contain. I'm not really sure how you're supposed to counter this as Protoss, to be honest. But he did get his Templar archives really quickly, so I think he'll have Storm decently fast. And he did rebuild this forge in the main, and he's getting +1 now, so... Or +2, actually.
I really like this because you don't actually see games like... You don't really see, like, people proxying a hatchery, like, right in front of the mat.
Oh, he built a drone out of it, I guess for another song. But yeah, definitely not a build you see super often. But something that will make Protoss uncomfortable. It's basically, this is kind of the thing that I was saying about like Zerg has initiative at the beginning of the game. So it's like once Protoss, like if Protoss can get their 2-0 push out, then I feel like they have a good advantage. But if you can't get it out, then you end up in a situation kind of like this. So no lurkers yet. But we do have Storm from Protoss. We see Butzel Bear just bleeding a couple of units. If he can get another Storm out on that other group of Hydras, he has quite a few speed zealots with +1, so I feel like he'll be in a good position. He did add a lot of gateways, which I really like, but he is floating money right now because he's supply blocked. But I really feel like he has to get out of here before the lurkers come. I feel like if the lurkers come and he's not out of this contain yet, he's going to be in trouble.
Oh, this is second storm.
All right, no storm dodge at all, and the speed zealots are going to come out and try and clear out this contain. I think he has enough. We'll see how he... Yeah, this is more than enough. He's going to be able to take out this storm and catch and take out these Hydras before
That was really nice on the there.
Yeah, nice. He stayed calm. He built enough cannons for him to die. And then he just built what he needed to do to get out of the contain. And I think Zerg's actually in trouble now. He's got a Spire. And he's got an Evo chamber, and he's starting to full base, but I don't know that he has enough units to hold on to this Zealot push from Protoss. We see he's going to throw down a couple Sunks. But Zealots are pretty good when you don't have And we see the Sunks actually aren't even started. He's just starting them now. So the Zealots are coming across the map.
How is the game through stuff like?
Yeah, and like the Lings have +1 characters and the Zealots have +1 attack, so it's just like basically just being shredded by the I'm gonna go ahead and get on top of them and take them out. We see a drone drill or a drone evacuation. Oh, looks like the Zealot's really getting stuck on those executing attachments, but there should still be enough to use. I thought it was just both a bunch of scourge. I'm not really sure why. Alright, we do have lurkers and mutas out now.
Yeah, the Buster, I feel like he did so much damage. Like, I'm like really impressed by him.
Yeah, he definitely is doing a good job. The nice little lurker trick from Zerg, but he really doesn't have, like, Zerg really doesn't have that many units left, and he's kind of broke. Like, if you look at his gas, he has no gas for the lead. So...
And his
Zerg's like
is getting hit too.
Yeah, he's got units. I mean, he has mutas, but he doesn't really have a lot of mutas. He doesn't, and mutas don't stop. And Butzelbear is just amassing like a 2-0 push. It's basically what's happening. I think we're probably going to see him come out with an Archon. And we do see that he also, like, nice play from Butzelbear. He added cannons in his mineral line. So definitely very strong play by him. Even though he was so focused on making those attacks, he still added cannons the minute he saw Milos around the map. So nice play by him. Definitely good crisis management, I feel like, overall from Butzelbear. but he doesn't have an Archon to drive these Mulas through. So he should be hard pressed. Oh, I think he only got one of those Templar.
Yeah, but I think Bloodsport could definitely take this game right now already, though. Like, the Mutas is all Zerg has right now.
Yeah, Zerg definitely doesn't have a natural. Okay, let's see. We have 7 drones in the main. Like 12 drones at 4th. And 5 drones at the 3rd. So like really not very many drones overall. And we don't have a 3rd gas and we don't have a 2nd gas. So we're on 1 gas. And we're building Mulists. And we have no upgrades. So I feel like this is definitely a dire situation for Zerg. Just the fact that he tried to go both Mulist and Lurker off of 3-hatch Hydra is just like, it seems very like a difficult way to spend your gas. You just like don't have enough to get the right amount of either unit. Yeah, Protoss taking a 3rd base behind this too. Really nice play by Buzzard. And he's gonna go ahead and take out this 4th base. Of course, this is the base that had the most drones at it. So he couldn't have known that, but he didn't have vision. But definitely a good base to take out. Because that was like the majority of Zerg's income. Both players, of course, floating a lot of money right now, but Zerg on 30 supply. So definitely in a rough position here. And we have Zelda and GG. Alright, so you have... We do have Butzelberry is going to go ahead and take out our tier 2 Zerg. And then I guess our next match is going to be Butzelbear up against Thesis, who is our tier 2 Terran player. Pretty good Terran player. He was tier 3. I think he has to be moved up a tier like maybe 2 weeks ago. So our last promotion day, he got moved up to tier 2. I played some games with him. He's pretty good. I think that he said that he loses the majority of his practice games to Butzelbear. Of course, they're both on the same CPL team.
Okay.
But, yeah. But we'll see what he can pull out. I mean, 2-fact, like you said, is really strong. So.
Yeah, but let's cross fingers that Butzelbear doesn't do 2-gate, because that is like the counter thing for 2-fact.
Right. All right. Looks like our next map is Crossing Field. Crossing Field. I have Keen saying that it's Bloody Ridge. I always call them the wrong. It's like Heartbreak Ridge and Bloody Ridge and Crossing Field are all interchangeable for me because they're all 2-player and they're beige. If you have a problem with that, don't bother messaging me because I don't care. All right, we're going to go ahead and jump into this game. We do have Thesis, our purple Terran player, in the top right. And Butzelbear, our, what is this, olive green, bluish gray? I don't even know. Bluish, grayish green Protoss player in the bottom left. Do you actually know what this color is called, Queen?
I don't know. I would say what you said, olive green.
Well, I think olive green's different. Actually, I think this is called pale green. I think it's pale green is what it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I called Terran purple, but actually it's magenta. So we have pale green and magenta.
I think they're saying that the sound is too loud.
Yeah, the game sound maybe just a little bit louder than the casters here.
Yeah.
All right, so we're back to a matchup that I know nothing about. So you're gonna have to carry me here.
So, well, how do you feel about the snap?
Well, I have feelings about it for Zerg, but they're kind of irrelevant feelings right now. Yeah, I feel like it's hard ZVP, and I feel like it's okay ZVT. But
Okay.
in general, I don't like it that much.
I really like the snap for Terran because like it's so much easier to like protect your third and get like the fluff up as well. I feel like this is definitely great
Oh,
for Terran now. Mm-hmm.
okay, that's interesting to hear. I guess that makes sense because there's not two ramps at your third or your fourth.
Mm-hmm.
So, like
Yeah.
those like little dragoon counters where they try and deny your third, or like
Yeah.
counterattacks
Exactly.
seem like a lot less strong. Maybe on this map. Oh, nice barracks block.
Yep.
I love it. That's the other thing about the maps with the choke.
Right. And like I said, wall stays lives.
All right, looks like we do have a not a 2 gate from Protoss because he went Cybercore first, or I'm not sure how this works. Do you still get like I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna say it's a like a just standard. No, it doesn't look like any early units. Doesn't even look like an early zealot from Butzelbear. But I guess the wall at the front kind of shuts that down. Anyways, we do have 3 SCVs staying on gas. Does that mean that this is going to be a 2-fact?
Yes. It looks like he'll probably be doing a two-fact because those three SCVs are still mining gas.
Right. So I feel like that's strong, especially when you can wall the entire entrance with one building. The
Yeah.
one thing though is that he's not keeping building Marines.
Um, he might be just doing like maybe tanks and vultures. I don't know. Of
Oh
maybe
right,
like
he's
a few marines. I don't know because you could do so many different types of two-fact.
right. Looks like he is going to throw down that second factory and start producing from his barracks now. So, what was that dragoon for? Checking the third base. Is he looking for the SCV?
Oh, yep.
We see Butzelbear is going to go ahead and add a second gateway. And looks like he's going to be going for 28 next, I think. So I have no idea how this works against 2-fact. Oh, actually, he's just adding another gateway. He must know that it's 2-fact or suspect that it's 2-fact. Do you think?
Yeah. See, he's gonna see that there's no commands. There's like no command center or anything. He should know that it's gonna be like an aggressive build.
Right. Okay. So and in that case, you want to add another gateway so that you have more units to deal with it.
Right. It looks like Terran is probably gonna do more tech heavy fact.
Tank heavy 2-fact, right? Because he has double add-on. All right. Looks like he's gonna go ahead and file his units out of this wall. We have 2 tanks already from Terran, and well, actually 3, and
Right.
then about 4 Marines. So the Marines are good because they can tank dragoon shots. Looks like he's gonna go ahead and bring some SCVs with this push as well, which is also good for tanking dragoon hits.
Yeah. Yeah. He has to keep his units closer together, which is good. Oh, his tank like going the other way.
Oh yeah, looks like you might. Oh, not quite picking off the tank. Might want to repair that with the SUV. Looks like the micro going pretty well for Butzelbear so far.
Yeah.
Is able to pick off one of the tanks, and two of the tanks.
Oh,
So all three tanks gone.
oh
So
my god,
looking
yeah.
looking
He
like
needed to keep his tanks alive. So now, like, he can't even probably push out here.
right. So this is just basically GG from Terran now, or how does this work?
Um, he's in like a tough situation now.
Okay.
He should be getting his that up already, his command center. But it seems like he's like trying to all in or something.
Yeah, I mean, Protoss actually delayed their natural to build another gateway. So would it have been okay if he just expanded? Because then the command center timing would have been comparable to the Nexus timing. Like, does that even it out for Protoss or for Terran?
Well, because like I feel like Protoss did so much more damage than to 10, you know what I mean? Like he took out his tanks and stuff, and his tanks, like without his tanks, it's like he basically lost everything going in with whatever he had here.
Right, right. So you see his Lady Mines building lots of vultures, but kind of just bleeding them out to Protoss. So definitely not ideal here from Terran. Looks like he is going to go ahead and throw down his natural now. He has this nice mine contain, but I'm not sure if it's going to be enough. Protoss's observatory is finishing now, so he's going to be able to pick off these mines with dragoons really quickly.
Yeah. Yeah, the thing that sucks about the 2-fact is if you don't do any damage, like it really sets you behind.
Right, right. And he kind of like Protoss knew it was coming, so he threw down an extra gateway, and then he was able to kind of outproduce Terran. He had 3 gateways. And he actually microed pretty well, I think, too, Butzelbear.
Oh no. He's gonna lose his tank. Yeah.
Alright, yeah. Observer out for Protoss, so he should be able to just move across the map right now. And it doesn't look like Terran has many units left. He does have 2 tanks, but no bunker and like no support unit. So I feel like this is a difficult situation for him to even just hold on to this Dragoon push.
I think he routed. Okay. Yeah, he needs to bring his tanks back and then like just defend and macro up.
Just defend, just try and out macro your opponent and hope that you have a
Yeah,
good
because
Q-base
like
push.
he's behind now, so he needs to like just defend and then macro up, you know, and get his army up for like that 2-1 timing. Because there's no way he's gonna push out and win, you know.
Right, right.
Oh my god, he should block, put his barrack down.
Right,
He
okay.
has
I
nothing
think
to
he's just gonna be
defend.
able to take. Yeah, the
Yeah,
SUV's full very late as well.
Yeah, this is pretty much a good game, honestly.
Alright, we do see the Dragoons are gonna come in and try and take out these siege tanks. Repair maybe not quite fast enough, and looks like Butzelbear is going to be able to take out the tier 2 Terran player as well as the tier 2 Zerg player. So it looks like he's in a very good position. Very strong game, very good showing from him overall.
Yeah, I feel like if he just kept his tanks alive, he could have definitely like pushed out and contained Protoss. But like when you lose your tanks, that's basically like it.
Yeah, that makes sense. It definitely looks like I feel like when I watch people 2-fact, it either looks completely broken or like, why would you ever do that? There's like no in between. As a Zerg player who doesn't even know what's going on.
Yeah, like losing your tanks is like the most devastating thing ever.
Right. All right, we're going to jump into our next game. I guess Butzelbear is going to be up against, I think, Ash Return is our tier 1 Zerg. So also
Yes.
from Team Socialized Healthcare. We have a lot of Europeans today, guys, just because the last eradication event we ran was like in the middle of the night for the Europeans. So we kind of give a little bit of priority to them, or I believe that's how Keen did it in signups, just in case we have our next event at an evening time again. We'll see how that happens. It's hard to find convenient times for everyone, of course.
Yeah, but that's pretty cool. Because yeah, even like through the tournaments, like it was hard for the Europe team to like join as well. So it's good that you guys King did it for them too. So.
Yeah, it's always tricky, and then it's like even when I'm like organizing the master classes to find someone to play,
Uh-huh.
it's we have like so many other things on the weekends. Like, occasionally Saturdays are available, but Sundays we have the default CPL time and also the BWCL
Yeah.
match on Sunday morning. So it's like hard to ask someone to play, like especially this event might work on a Sunday like afternoon or evening, but then it starts getting late for the Europeans anyways. And then any day during the week, if it's like early enough for the Europeans, then it's going to be like too early for the North Americans because everyone's still like working or whatever. So it gets to be difficult.
Right.
And yeah. Our next map's going to be Eddie, by the way, which I'm super excited about. I love Eddie.
Because there's a lot of places you guys can hide your hatcheries.
Because it's big. I like big maps.
Because there's a lot of places you guys can hide your hatcheries.
No, because it takes longer for units to get to you.
I
All
have the
right.
most trouble like finding where Zerg expands because I'm just like there's like a million places on this map.
Yeah. Long rush distance. Oh, little bit of lag at the beginning. All right, seems okay now. Why don't you go ahead and introduce the players?
So on the top right, we have Ashton Orange, Tier 1 Zerg, and he's from Team Socialized Healthcare. And on the bottom right, we have Boats Bear, Tier 2 from Passion Daddies, right? Or is he
Nope,
from?
they're both Team
Okay,
Socialized Health. Yeah, both European.
okay. So he probably knows how. They probably know how each other plays. I'm pretty sure they played each other in practice
Yeah,
games.
I think they actually practice together. So I know that Ash Return. I actually know for a fact that both of them practice a lot. So I'd be
Okay.
really surprised if they haven't played a bunch of games together. All right, looks like Protoss is actually going to get last scout on this map. Unless he decides to double scout. If you get last scout on this map and you go overpool, then you can't actually get you can't get down. You shouldn't be able to get down the ramp because Zerg has 2 links and you can actually get them to the ramp before Protoss gets there.
Okay.
So
Did
it's just like a fun fact because the map's so big. That can happen. We're just gonna see a standard FFE and overpool again in this PvZ.
I am interested to see how he does versus Ash Return because he is a tier 1.
Yeah, he is a tier 1 Zerg player. I think Asher Turn is on kind of the lower side of the CPL MMR for tier 1. And
Okay.
Butzelbeer is on the higher side of the CPL MMR for tier 2. So I feel like it
Exactly.
could still have a good match.
Yeah.
But I mean, you would have to think that Asher Turn is favored, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
especially because it's EVP. But I mean, then again, like I said before, Protoss has actually a winning record against Zerg in CPL. So, but nice to have last scout for Zerg because oh, he actually builds 4 lings. But yeah, see, you can actually stop him from getting in the base with the lings. Okay, 6 lings from Zerg. Protoss should throw down an additional cannon. Zerg should probably go down and make him throw down an additional cannon. Yeah.
Is this a ring type wall from products?
No, there should be a gap between the forge and the gateway, I think.
Oh, okay.
Okay, we have... Alright. Nice block from Butzelbear. 2 lings are going to be able to get into the main. And we'll see what kind of damage Zerg can do with that. He did start mining... He did get his gas pretty early. But he's also late on putting down his 3rd hatch, so I didn't see exactly what time he got it. Lost 1 ling already, so I think already this is kind of not worth it for Zerg. He got like 1 probe, I think. Of course, Protoss is in the dark now, so you could always go speed first and then ling all in, but looks like he is going to go ahead and get his lair instead. My personal preference with 6 lings is to just scare Protoss and then deny him forever. Like, I feel like it's really hard to do a ling run by if you don't have speed.
Okay. Because I've seen a CVP where I think the guy only had like 1 or 2 lings in Protoss's main, and basically like he just killed like most of all the probes. Just like the probes couldn't even kill the lings, you know, and it just wasted so much mining time.
Yeah. I mean, that's definitely possible. But it's really a lot more powerful if there's speedlings in the base than slowlings. If you have like 2 slowlings in your base, it's like kind of sucks for Protoss if you can keep them alive. But it can be pretty hard to actually pick off probes. It's like more denying mining time for Zerg. But if you had speedlings, it gets a lot more dangerous.
Okay.
Alright, Butzelbear has all the gaps blocked in his wall, though. We'll see if he's able to get this probe back in the main. I think, yeah, Ash return, or return is able to take it out. We do have a +1 timing on the way for Protoss, and his Stargate is almost done. Spire started as well, so he should be safe-ish. And Zerg has 8 lings. 8 speed lanes on the map, so we'll be safe from any Zealot move outs. Of course, Zerg's economy is a little bit hit in this case because he went those 6 early lings, and then he had to rebuild 8 lings later. So definitely not. Oh, that's not an ideal fight either. He's gonna have to build more lings to deal with these Zealots. The thing is for Zerg though is if Protoss does this move out and you can actually kill it, you're in a pretty good position. Oh, looks like he can just run around. Alright. It's a little bit of a micro fight. We'll see. It looks like Zerg did make more lings in this situation. So if he was doing that kind of micro, I feel like when you're doing that kind of micro, you don't want to convince Protoss to go home. Like, you either want to do that kind of micro and try and get them to stay home, or you want to build lings and then catch their Zealots when they're on the map and kill them. Like, I feel like those are your 2 options as Zerg. If you build more lings and you don't kill the Zealots, Protoss won. Like, Protoss won the trade, basically. Alright, but looks like he's going to go ahead and get his tech up. Gonna go for a scout with the Scourge. He's actually missing one drone on gas in his natural. I'm not sure if that's intentional or not, because I do see that his gas is pretty high. Templar Archives on the way. But no Evo chamber from Zerg. Okay, slow reaction from Ash Return. He has a lot of Hydras at his natural that he could bring to his third to defend the Zealot attack, but instead he's fighting with his drones.
Wow.
Okay, he's bringing them now. And floating a ton of money while he's doing this. He's not supply blocked, he could be floating units. This is looking really good for Protoss. Look, just like take a look at the supply.
Yeah, this is crazy.
Yeah, it's very
really good at like going against him like that.
Yeah, I mean, he's looking really strong. I mean, this is a tier 1 Zerg player. And he doesn't seem to be having very many issues with him. So I guess we'll see how the macro portion of the game goes. If Ash Return is able to hold off these pushes. Looks like he has quite a few Hydras. But really not very many drones.
Yeah,
so he's gonna need to buy some. Sorry?
He lost a lot of drones at his third.
Right. So he has 8 drones at his natural. And actually only 8 drones at his main. He's missing a drone in his main. On minerals. And 6 at his third. Yeah, and looks like Butzelbear is going to do this Zealot. He might do this Zealot High Templar push. I think if Ash Return had been like really proactive with his Hydras, he might have been able to kill him here because the storm's a little bit late. But he kind of like fought. There was a lot of time spent like fighting in the middle of the map. So now he just needs to buy time to drone really hard to get himself back in this game and hopefully take a 4th base as well. So basically the longer Protoss stays at home right now, the better for Zerg because he can drone harder. And we see that's exactly what he's doing right now. Alright, we'll see how the storms go. Alright. Storms are not that good. They're doing some damage, but not a ton of damage.
Right.
Alright, nice snipe on the High Templar. Nice micro overall from Asherton. And kind of not really that great storms from Butzelbear. I think he should be macroing out Hydras again behind this. And looks like he also has some sunks ready in case the push comes across the map. What do you think of CVP?
It's interesting. Like I said, because like Pros have storms and like Zergs have like so much other stuff as well. I feel like that's like the most even matchup.
Right, yeah, you were saying that before. Yeah, do you feel like that even when you watch like pro games or just specifically at a CPL level?
Especially pro games too, because like at a higher level, they can like the players can like basically use like the units to like the fullest abilities and like the spells and stuff.
Right.
So I feel like at a higher level, it's like so much more even because like you get to see like how it's like really properly should be used and stuff.
Yeah, there's definitely like a lot of stuff that both sides can do.
Right.
All right, 6 storm at the choke. And looks like Butzelbear is going to play Zealot Man. We'll see if he's able to break through this. Speed Zealot's pretty good. Hydras actually don't have any upgrades because Ash Return got his Evo really late. So I think he's going to be able to clean up these Zealots, but he's losing a lot of drones. So, I mean, we're kind of again at the position where like Zerg has units and Zerg doesn't have drones. And Protoss has a third base coming. And if Zerg sniffs this out and runs down to deny it right now, I think he can. But you have to be really proactive with that move. And looks like he's just going to try and drone again behind this. And he doesn't have a Ling, so he doesn't know that Protoss is taking this base right now.
Both players doing so well. Like, I'm very surprised, especially against a tier 1 Zerg. And like, this matchup is supposed to be pretty hard for Protoss.
Yeah, I mean, like I was saying, like, yeah, I definitely think he's playing well. But like I was saying, the matchup overall, even if it's supposed to have Zerg initiative, is a little bit Protoss player favored in CPL. But
right,
yeah, that's just more, I think, because droning is really hard for Zerg. Like that mechanic is very hard to learn. And it's like very easy to just lose games because you droned wrong, because you can't actually make units. Like if you accidentally make drones and then realize that you should have made units, you can't get the larva back.
Right.
So yeah, I don't know. I feel like that could explain it. The other thing is that we really just have less Zerg players overall in CPL. Looks like Zerg gonna go ahead and double expand behind this. So if he can hold off this 2-0 push, and I mean, I don't want to disbelieve him because he held the last push, but being forward with lurkers is definitely very difficult. And Protoss has an observer here, and Zerg doesn't have an overlord. So one thing that can be really good to kind of take fights that you shouldn't be able to take is being able to snipe the observers. But his overlords weren't on time, and this was like a pretty bad engagement from Zerg in general, because being forward with lurkers really only works when you're really ahead.
Holy crap! Both players were tier 1. Wow.
Yeah, looks like he's doing pretty good.
Yeah. Like, look at the supply. It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, we did have Ash Return put himself behind at the beginning by building those 6 lings and then kind of suiciding them. And even something as small as that can make the rest of the game really difficult for Zerg. Of course, he does manage to snipe the observer, but there's no lurkers finished here, so it doesn't actually matter. This is actually kind of funny because we did have in our last Eradication event, we had the tier 3 Protoss beat the tier 2 Zerg. So Protoss is broken, obviously, guys.
That's what I've been saying this whole time.
So Protoss is always complaining about Zerg, but like, why is Protoss complaining about Zerg when?
That's what I keep saying as well. I'm like, do those Zerg, you guys win them a lot, like.
Yeah. Turns out if you just build units, it seems good. Alright, I think this is the beginning of the end for our Zerg player.
Right.
Very nice game from Pupil overall. Good macro. Nice crisis management with the links. Even though he pulled his probes very late, he was still able to stop them from running by. GG is called by our Zerg player.
Wow. Yeah, I think he's in the wrong tier.
Yeah, maybe. We're gonna have tier promotions again after this week, so I'm gonna make a post about that tonight. So stay tuned, guys. If you feel like you need a tier promotion, you'll be given that opportunity this week if you would like.
Or tier demotion. For some of us who don't know how to use hotkeys.
But of course, props to Butzelbear because, like I said, he was in tier 3 at the beginning of the season, so he's come a long way since starting playing in CPL. So that's always great to see. That's what CPL's for, is for people to get better. So
right.
looks like our next map's going to be Clayfields. And I believe we have, I can't remember who's the tier 1 Terran. Kiko. I actually don't know Kiko at all, but also from Team Socialized Healthcare. So I think he's pretty good. I believe I was talking to Olin about him because they meet each other on ladder a fair amount, and Olin says he usually beats him on ladder, but he's pretty good. So I think it could be a good match. We'll see.
Yeah.
I actually don't know who the tier 1 Protoss is either.
It's Fujikura.
Fujikura, okay. Yeah, actually, yeah. Zerg's out, by the way, with that match. Zerg for the second week will be the first race to be eliminated. And we'll see if Butzelbear can take on this Terran player.
Right. I don't know. I mean, Protoss is pretty strong, so they take Terran out.
True. I think that I think Kiko definitely has a sizable MMR advantage on Butzelbear.
Okay.
But we'll see. I mean, like we've been saying, I think Butzelbear, when I talked to him last, said that his PvP was actually feeling like his strongest matchup because he kept getting PvP in CPL, so that's what he was practicing. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how he does here in PvT. It should be technically stronger than his PvZ for him, depending. But I think he has gotten, I don't know if he's gotten a PvT match in CPL yet. So that might kind of factor into the amount that he's prepared this matchup specifically. How do you feel about this map for TVP?
Clayfields. I think, okay, so I played it like once or twice. It's supposed to favor 10, I guess, again, but I don't really like this map.
Yeah, I mean, we all know, like, Keen's not on the call, but we have to call it a sausage map for him because that's what he always calls it. All right. And it does look like we have our Protoss player, Butzelbear, in the top left. And our Terran player, Kiko, in the upper right. In the yellow. Butzelbear, of course, has 2 kills right now.
2 kills?
He's killed 2 Zerg players. He beat Ugnas and he beat Return. So
he's also beaten the other tier 2 Terran, so.
Oh right, and Thesis. So I guess he has 3 kills. You're right. My mistake.
Yeah.
I think this is the longest streak we've had so far. I believe Durandal beat 2 players or something last event we did was very even. We didn't have anybody like remain playing for a very long time. So, but here we've had Danot actually took out both tier 3 players, and Butzelbear has taken out 2 tier 2 players and a tier 1 player. So we'll see how he does against this Terran. Well, we don't have purple Terran this time. It's yellow.
Yeah. I'm curious to see if he's going to take him out.
Yeah, me too. I'm curious to see his PvT in general because I haven't seen his PvT before. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, only versus Janet, right?
Sorry?
Only versus Janet, right?
Yeah. Only Zergs.
Wait, no, it wasn't Janet. It was Thesis.
Yeah. He played Thesis, but Thesis, I think, like, Butzelbear is a top tier 2, and I think Thesis is on, like, he's definitely tier 2, but he's on the lower end, and of course his TVP is going to be a little bit weaker than his TVZ.
Right.
Yeah, so I think that like, he also 2-facted, and it got countered, so it was kind of a difficult game. But we'll see how Kiko deals with this. Kiko actually, like, he's been playing on the team, but he hasn't been on the team that long. So I don't know if these guys will have played together very much yet, depending on how much Kiko's actually playing in the team practices.
Oh, okay.
By the way, guys, if you are just tuning in now, this is a extra event for CPL, just an additional kind of tournament chance to play some best of ones. It's KCM style formatting, run by Keen, DM Keen, or aka Little Chava, who is a coach on Samyang Fire and also a tier 0 player for CPL, longtime contributor to the league. And it's a lot of fun. So we're hoping to do, this is the second iteration, we're hoping to do some more in the future. So there will be announcements put out on the CPL channel. And if you see an announcement and you want to sign up, you can just go ahead and DM Keen after those announcements go out. And you too can be playing in one of these matches, which are lots of fun. And also, if you guys want to learn some Protoss, be sure to tune in on Wednesday at 2 p.m. EDT. That's going to be on Model's Twitch stream. And he's going to be running a CPL masterclass. And actually, you're going to get another chance to see Butzelbear play in that masterclass. He's going to be playing some PvZ, and Models is going to be giving him some feedback on that, along with, I think, Ben Elton and Cole Borpgates. So that's going to be a really fun class. Definitely check that out if you want to learn some Protoss. We also have 2 PvZ Apocalypse matches coming up this week, one tomorrow and one on Thursday. Those are both on the Google Calendar. No bunker. I don't get it. Oh, he has a tank now. I guess this is fine. Should you build it? Do you normally build a bunker with this?
Well, I usually block and I don't build a bunker, but like he didn't, so I would have thought he would have built a bunker. So I'm kind of surprised he didn't. But his mine's out too, so he should be fine.
Alright, looks like he's going to be able to crush these Dragoons.
Yeah.
Doesn't manage to get the tank.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does have 2 gateways and a Nexus up behind this. He was able to delay the command center a little bit, but so his Nexus is going to finish first, but only marginally. So I'm not sure how good that was for Protoss. It seems like he just wasted some supply to me.
Yeah, he shouldn't have lost his goons. He should have like backed out from it, and just kept it like close to Aaron's nap so he can see if Aaron is moving out and stuff.
Yeah, we do have Kazooie in the chat asking about a Zerg Masterclass. There is going to be a Zerg Masterclass. I didn't announce it because it's actually a week from today. It's going to be with Hawk. And it should be at, what did he say? At 7:30 or 8:30 p.m. EDT. I think it's on the Google Calendar. If not, I'll add it soon. And that'll be on the official CPL channel. Because SatZero is going to stream that for us because Hawk can't stream. So that'll be a lot of fun too. I think Return, who we just saw, is going to be playing in that, and alongside Keen. And who else did I have to play? Oh, VT George from Operation Indecision. So that should be a really fun class. Hawk, of course, great Zerg player and a very good coach. Definitely tune into that as well. All right. Looks like Butzelbear going to go ahead and add some gates and get his observers out. Of course, there's a lot of mines on the map. Is this a very greedy third from Terran?
No, I think it's okay.
Okay. It seems very fast to me because he doesn't seem to have very many units.
Yeah, it's pretty fast, but it's actually okay. Like 2 factories and then the command center is okay. But if you do like right after like the first factory, that's pretty greedy.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
I
guess
think
also
normally
like
they say 3 factories and then the command center, but 2, I think 2 is okay as well.
right. I mean, he also has a lot of vultures on the map. So it's gonna take Butzelbear some time to clean these mines. So he's able to even just putting the command center right down and not floating it, I feel like is very good for Terran in this situation.
Right. I think because Terra knows that Protoss isn't coming out or anything yet, so and he didn't take his third yet. So Terran is just like macroing out really well. And this is going to pay off because his army is going to be so strong and so big, you know?
Right.
Especially with that third base up.
Yeah, his third base is actually finished in mining like before Protoss started their third Nexus. And
Right.
I feel like that's really difficult for Protoss because it's kind of, I mean, PVT reminds me a little bit about like ZVT when Terran plays mech. Because you really just need to have a lot of bases and rely like on counterattacks and good engagements to deal with the big mech army and kind of like exploit the fact that it's not very mobile.
Right. Yeah,
But if
that's
you're
like
just kind of letting take a third, it seems difficult. He does have an observer in the base though, so he's able to see the factory count, which is good for Protoss.
Yeah.
Nice vulture movement on the map overall from Kiko, I feel like. Looks like Butzelbear's gonna go ahead and take bottom left. I like that move. I think that's smart. He could have taken 9, but I mean, for 1, there's like vultures there, and for 2, the faster you can get gateways up in another main, it feels like the better for him in this situation. Because I feel like with how the opening of this game went, he should probably assume he's gonna lose 1 base to the 2-1 push, right?
Right.
He's still ahead on supply though. Not a lot, but he is macroing up pretty well. Butzelbear.
Yeah, Terran should always be behind Protoss and supplies. So if Terran is like equal or higher, then it's like really bad.
Really bad, yeah. He's behind, not by like a huge margin though. So I mean, you can definitely see that Terran has a lead in the game. But Butzelbear's spending his money a lot better right now. Than Kiko is.
He needs to add more gateways because look at how much factories Kiko has.
Yeah, he doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna need to add gateways in a minute. You're right, because he's actually only on 5. But maybe he'll add them in bottom left. I don't know. He did manage to transfer some probes, so that's actually really good for Protoss. That he was able to do that. I feel like that like really good Terrans can just stop that with vultures.
Oh, I guess he's not going for a 2-1 upgrade.
Oh yeah, looks like he's just pushing.
Yeah.
I guess we'll see. Protoss has the high ground here, so I mean maybe if he can come around on the right side, which he's not doing. Never mind. I feel like if Terran or if Protoss can get like kind of where he's moving this one group of units to now, like on the right side where the tanks are undefended, this could be a really good engagement for Protoss. But Terran just has so much supply here. And we do see that he actually has a supply lead after this engagement. And Protoss's army just melts. He didn't have any zealots, His Zealot rally came later, and like you were saying, he didn't have a lot of production, and he actually wasn't macroing during that fight.
Right.
So I think this is actually game now.
Yeah, his gateway count was way too low.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't really have the money to support a higher gate count, but yeah. All right, GG is called, and Kiko is going to survive to play the tier 1 Protoss player, Fujikura. I think he should be favored against Fuji as well.
Fuji is a really interesting first player because I feel like he's full of cheeses, you know?
Right. Yeah, so
So
I guess we might
anything could
see.
really happen.
Yeah, we might see some early aggression here.
I feel like if he can get past Fuji's cheeses, then he will probably take the game.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
All right,
because
and
I
our
feel like
last map.
usually people with cheeses, like they do really good at cheeses, but like if they like later on in the game, they usually like lose afterwards.
Right. Our last map's going to be Sylphid, by the way. Our one and only green map.
This is one of my favorite maps.
Yeah,
Because
it
I play
definitely
it a
seems like
lot.
a good map.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you all for tuning in. By the way, it's great to have some support shown for CPL streams, and nice to see you guys all hanging out in chat. So thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the content. If you have suggestions for future content, please you can go ahead and let me know or let Keen know. Actually, seeing how he's running the event. And we'll do our best to implement suggestions. If your suggestion is have Discord not break, we're working on it. If you have another suggestion, it's very welcome. I guess for the record, we're kind of like we're on the last week of regular season and we're gonna start playoffs soon. So that will be a we're gonna hop in the game. I'll keep talking after. Why don't you go ahead and introduce the players?
So at 12 o'clock, we have the bluish gray Terran player Kiko from Team Socialized Healthcare. And at 8 o'clock, we have the red Protoss player Fujikara from Team Samyang Fire. And they are both tier 1 players.
All right, just what I was saying about we're kind of on the last week of regular season for CPL. We're probably gonna have about a week's break before playoffs, which will be I think 2 weeks long, considering we have 2 weeks. Yeah, it should be two weeks long, considering we have 4 teams. So as we're kind of like drawing this season to a close, think hard on what you liked and what you didn't like about the season. I hope that we're going to be able to have some kind of like feedback with the admins and taking questions and suggestions. But just keep in mind some suggestions because any like feedback is really helpful for us, and we will be able to try and implement those changes next season, so that we can always be making CPL better as it's getting bigger and more active every season. So just keep that in mind as things are going on.
Have you guys decided on the next CPL date we're looking to?
I mean that we haven't decided specifically, but we're hoping that it's going to be like a pretty quick turnover. I know that like August was thrown around as a possible start date for signups. But I definitely want to run some like between season events as well. So
Right.
I know that we were like talking about like star leagues for different tiers or like more master classes and other like tournament events just to kind of like tide people over between seasons while we kind of get things set up for the next season overall. So that's kind of what's going on a little bit. So if you guys have
Okay.
like things you'd like to see on between season events as well, you can go ahead and give me a shout on that, because I do like basically what I'm doing for CPL is I end up doing a lot of the like content creation, like organization for additional content and stuff. So that's like my main focus. So if you have ideas for stuff like that, you can hit me up and I'll see what I can do about it. All right, and this is our final match today. So I guess we're going to see if Terran can take down the second Eradication event, because they won the first one. Yep.
Who won that one?
I think IRK Royal Blue had the final win against Crane. Yeah. Which was a 2-fact, actually. It was like, yeah, it was actually a really funny game. It was like 2-fact into losing the first tank into winning anyways.
Wow.
Yeah. It's some pretty good micro coming out of Royal. Quite a good Terran player, in my biased opinion. Seems how he is on IRK. Looks like we have another 2-fact coming out here, by the way, from Kiko.
Well, he wants to finish this.
I guess it's the tradition. The last game of Eradication has to be 2-fact.
And look
I'm sticking with it.
Proxy something.
Protoss actually doesn't have vision of Terran's natural. Oh, you're right. He is proxying something. Huh.
Yes. I'm telling you, he's like a cheesy player.
It's proxy DTs, right? Because he has the Citadel coming down? Is that...
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, proxy gateway, proxy DT. How does 2-fact line up against that? You should have mines, right? So you should be okay.
Right. So I'm pretty sure he's gonna upgrade mines. So mines should definitely be okay. But the problem is when if the DT gets to the SCVs, then that's like game over, kind of.
Right, but I mean the Templar Archives is just starting now. So I guess it depends on when Terran's push is able to come out. And whether or not Terran can see this coming. I'm definitely curious to see how these builds match up, though. Like I said, I really don't know very much about PvT because I don't play it myself, so. Yeah, I don't know. I'm looking at this now. It looks like the DT is going to be a lot faster than I thought it was going to be. So this seems bad for Terran to me. I don't know.
Yeah, because he doesn't know what Fuji's doing.
Yeah, he doesn't know what he's doing. And there's going to be a DT and there's no mines. Like, if he just brings the vultures and he hasn't laid defensive mines here, I feel like he's just going to get destroyed. Base trade, of course, not ideal in this situation. I think. Like, he can defend. Like, he had a gateway at home, so he's going to defend with a DT as well.
The DT's already on its way, too, so.
Yeah, no defense at all for DT here.
Right.
I don't even know if he sees it yet. Oh, he is laying some mines, but maybe doesn't know that the DT's already in his main. No detection. Looks like he's going to go ahead and build an engineering bay. And try and get the DT to trigger mine. Alright, does manage to take the DT out. But Protoss is getting a Nexus faster than Terran. And there is one more DT on the way, so...
Terran is doing a good job though.
Okay, it does get the second DT, loses the tank. Looks like he got his engineering bay finished, so he's going to be able to put up some turrets.
That wasn't too much damage, which is
Right. Yeah, it wasn't a lot of damage. He just like his natural is a lot slower. All right, we just have some vultures running around, laying some defensive mines, and looks like Kiko is going to go ahead and put down his command center. So did manage to defend the DT, and like you said, didn't do a ton of damage with it. But I'm not really sure how much of an investment that was for Protoss. I think he's going to have Storm a lot faster if he decides to go Storm, or I think you can go into Arbiters really quickly with that build. Of course, he is getting a Robo to get observers out for the mines, because he's kind of trapped in his base now until he gets that observer out, I think.
Yeah, I think that him going DTs kind of set him behind. So I think they're pretty like even right now because Terra went too fast too.
Right. It was like 2-fact with no damage and DTs with no damage. Yeah, but Protoss did get the Nexus up faster. But he also has one gateway that's kind of on the map that's difficult for him to use, so. And Terran does have a forward turret now, so that's good.
So I think Terran will go for that 2-1 timing with 2 base. I'm not sure if he's gonna expand into his third yet. I don't think he would because of the 2-fact, the early 2-fact.
Right, that makes sense. I mean, you can go for like, I feel like those two base pushes are actually really quite strong.
Yeah, they are.
From Terran, like if you go like what is there? There's like a 7-fact push and a 5-fact push that you can do on 2 bases, TVP. They all look really strong when I see them. So, I don't know.
Yeah, he could just do like the 2-1, 2 base push that Father does a lot, and just expand after that.
Right. Yeah, I like it. It looks like he's gonna throw down 2 more factories. He's got lots of mines in his main. Looks like his SCV count is pretty solid. Protoss has quite a few probes as well, so both of them are pretty okay on worker counts.
I think
getting up there. Oh, sorry?
I think his SCV counts are kind of low.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh.
I'm so used to Zerg. Well, yeah, I guess he doesn't have very many SCVs at his natural, does he?
At his name as well.
SCVs are so bulky, it's hard to tell.
Yeah, like they should have. I keep seeing some of the coaches post about like when you're at the 10-minute mark, you should have like at least 50 SCVs already.
Oh wow, even on 2 bases?
Mm-hmm. And
wow.
like around 10 minutes and stuff like that, it's when you should stop building SCVs and you need to start building your army and stuff because you should be like around close to 50 SCVs.
Right. I know that Jaeyoon was talking the other day about like it was like 2015 or something. You want like 20 SCVs in your main on minerals and then like 15 at your natural and then 3 and 3. So I guess that's 35. Wait, 20 plus 15. Yeah, 35 plus 6 on gas. So 41. But I guess it depends on if you're planning on taking a third quickly or not. Looks like he's going to go ahead and get a science facility and do a 4-fact push. Got +1 on the Protoss army. Looks like Forge no longer spinning. Oh, this isn't it. I don't know why he's attacking into this. I feel like this is not. Maybe it is. I don't know.
Yeah, he's definitely gonna take this.
Wow. I was not expecting Protoss to be able to just attack into Terran.
Well, I feel like he didn't have enough, units, honestly, to hold that.
Wow. So yeah, I guess we just saw like a 2-base all-in push from Protoss. And I think this is probably game. Terran has no units left, so I can't see him holding this. All right. And looks like we have our Protoss player is going to go ahead and take the second eradication event for Protoss. Of course, we do have the moral victory of this event being Butzelbear, who got 3 kills overall. Tier 2 Zerg, Tier 2 Terran, and Tier 1 Zerg.
Yep.
So, congratulations to Butzelbear.
So Protoss takes it this week.
Yeah, Terran's won 1 week. Protoss has won 1 week. Zerg's been eliminated first all weeks. So thank you guys, all of you guys, for tuning in. Please go show some love to Keen for organizing this event. I hope everyone who tuned in had a fun time, and I hope everyone who played enjoyed it. Again, if you're around this week, go ahead and check the Google Calendar for upcoming events. We have an Apocalypse show match tomorrow between Dragoon from Samyang Fire and George from Operation Indecision. That's going to be in the evening. Yeah, I have it marked on my calendar as 5:30 PDT, so I guess it's going to be 8:30 EDT tomorrow. And then we have the Models Masterclass on Wednesday at 2 p.m. EDT. And then on Thursday, we have another Apocalypse show match at 2 p.m. Part of Turtle up against Ben Elton. So lots of PvZ coming up this week and some Protoss on Wednesday. Thank you so much for casting with me, Queen.
Thank you for having me. It was fun.
Yeah, we finally got to cast together.
I know.
I've been talking about it for a while. I never got to do it, so.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks, Pete.
Yeah, shout out to Pete. He's been helping with the lineups, helping snipe with the lineups on Sunday. So really appreciate the efforts of everyone who is volunteering to help make CPL great. And thank you. Cheers to BattleNet for having a voice call option. Otherwise, we would not have been able to continue this cast.
That's true.
And sorry about the technical issues. Of course, there's nothing we can do about it when Discord just chucks us out of the call. So sorry about that, guys. And thanks for tuning in. Do you have anything else to say?
Nope, that's all. Thanks, everyone.
All right. Thank you, guys. Yeah, see you guys tomorrow on the Apocalypse Cast.